So you are thinking about moving to the North Dallas area, but you're not quite sure what neighborhood or even what city is right for you. Well, in this video, we are going to take you on a tour of a beautiful Drees home here in the master plan community called Harvest in a little town called Argyle. Now, Argyle is north of Fort Worth, actually. It's still north of Dallas as well, but more north of Fort Worth. So don't let the name fool you if you've never heard of it before. It's a great city, both Argyle and also considered Justin. I don't want to confuse you. Sometimes cities here in North Texas kind of just all blend together, and that's somewhat the case here. But we would love to take you on this tour of this beautiful Drees home here in this master plan community. You're absolutely gonna love it. This community has 3 pools, actually. It has 3 pools now. They have a catch and release fishing pond, and they just opened up an activity pond as well. So like I said, it is a master plan community. I am Jennifer Fowler, and along with my husband, partner, and cameraman Brandon, we run Fowler Realty Team here in North Texas. We have people just like you reaching out to us all the time, looking to make a move here, and we absolutely love that. So if you're looking to move in 9 days or even 9 months, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All that info is in the description below. All right, let's go take a tour of this beautiful model home here in the master plan community called Harvest here in Argyle, Texas. Y'all come on in. As soon as you walk into this home, you will notice how light and bright and open and inviting this home feels, and I absolutely love that. I love walking into a home and it's just instant sunlight. I don't know about you, but I'm a fan of a lot of windows, and this home definitely has that. So right off the front door, which is right behind Brandon, it's a beautiful front door, by the way. I like all those windows. And you do have your study off to the side. And then on the other side, you've got your 3rd car garage door. You also have an ensuite bedroom, which we'll take a look at those later, but always like to show you the heart of the home first. So continue down this beautiful foyer, and I do want you to notice that these engineered hardwood floors do flow throughout the home. Always a fan of that, and I'm a big fan of this neutral color as well. Down here you would have your other 2-car garage area. Down that way you've got storage, of course, always lots of storage, and then you're immediately into the kitchen area. You'll also notice off to the side this little alcove right here, perfect for your Christmas tree. I like how they have a little chair set up there, but you can do a lot with that. And also notice the stairs does not have carpet. That's helpful to keep them nice and clean. But let's go ahead and go into this kitchen. Love this kitchen. This is a huge island. This right here is probably as tall as I am just on this side. You'll notice that they chose to do waterfall countertops here. And another thing that I like about what they did here is that to keep it a little bit modern in a traditional home are a couple of things. So they have flat facing cabinets, so there aren't any details at all. And then they turned the hardware sideways. So it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a modern look in a traditional home. So this house, I didn't mention earlier, is a 4-bedroom house with 3.5 baths. One of the bathrooms is an ensuite downstairs, which is very important, and we'll talk about that later. You also have a study, a media room, and an upstairs living room as well. So the Drees homes in this neighborhood, you can do either 80-foot lots, which is what this is on, or they actually have 1-acre lots now. That is fabulous. I love that they finally have 1-acre lots here, because this is a master plan community, so there are a lot of homes here, and now you can get a house with neighbors, but on an acre. So we'll talk a little bit more about this neighborhood as we walk throughout the video, but I did want to show you that you do have the option of having a double oven here. So if you bake a lot, or if you have a large family, then you are going to appreciate having a double oven. That's not something I've ever had or really ever needed, but I do like it on Thanksgiving, and when we host Easter, we have like 40 people in our house, so that would actually be really nice. So as you come into the kitchen, you'll notice a couple things. The big chunky gas stove that I talk about all the time. So this neighborhood is going to be gas. I like that they had this big gas cooktop here. You've got a nice vent hood up here. So another thing they did to modernize this space is they vertically stacked the tile rather than having it staggered. So anytime you're gonna stack your tile, it is gonna give a little bit more of a modern look, and they took the tile all the way up to the ceiling, which gives the home a more finished look and a more luxurious look as well. They kept the cabinets on this side white and did an accent color over here. It's a really pretty color. It is gray, it almost has a bluish look to it. It's really pretty, beautiful cabinet color. And I'm always a fan of having a buffet area. This one is quite large. Once again, the tile goes all the way up to the ceiling. So if you are considering new construction, and that's something that you get to choose, which in this home or for this builder, you do get to go to the design center. Consider doing that because it really finishes out your kitchen. And you also want to think about resale when you're picking things out in the design center, and that's going to go a long way when you're trying to sell your house. Open shelving here, which I think is a great idea because there's plenty of storage in other places here. Nice walk-in pantry that's kind of tucked off to the side so you don't really see that. And then you come around here and you have a refrigerator. Well, I like that there's a lot of space in here and it is pushed back. Normally a refrigerator would stick out a little bit more. So I like that up here. Okay, let's go around to the other side of this large island that has 5 bar stools because I want you to see that there is storage underneath all of this. And that goes really, really far back. So that is the dishwasher on that side, but I wanted to see what it looks like on this side. Okay, so I thought maybe it would connect, but it doesn't. So things aren't gonna get lost in there, but that's a lot of extra storage. So in that case, I definitely am a fan of the open shelving over on the buffet because you've got plenty of storage here. So the base price of this particular home is around $960,000. Now, as you see it finished out, it's about $1.3 million. Drees homes in this neighborhood, like I said, you can get 80-foot lots, you can get 1-acre lots. Now on the 1-acre lots, a minimum of about 3,500 square feet to about 5,000 square feet as well. And they have some floor plans that have up to 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. So I don't know, that's pretty incredible. That's a lot of bedrooms. So right off the kitchen, you have this absolutely beautiful, open, bright, and really very spacious living room. You'll notice on either side of the fireplace, you have 2 built-ins. This gives it a much more custom look. It actually gives it some character. It's kind of hard to put character in new construction, but by having built-ins, they have been able to do that. Now, the tile on the fireplace doesn't go up to the ceiling, but since they painted it the same color, it kind of tricks your eye into going all the way up. And I'm a huge fan of that because this just would not look right if they kept it the same color of the wall. So if you're not going to have your tile go all the way up to the ceiling, then you do some kind of accent up there. And then once again, you've got beautiful built-ins on this side. And that brings you over to one of my favorite things about many of these houses, and that's going to be these sliders. I always want to call them accordion doors, but are the sliders. I'm a huge fan. I bet I just locked it. I did. I knew I did. I'll keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm a huge fan of this. I can just imagine entertaining out here and your guests can go in and out, or even when you're just, maybe sitting here with the kids or eating dinner with your family, just open up these doors. In fact, you know what?
Two sets.
There's 2 sets. I'm gonna go ahead and close these because it's actually really nice outside today, but it is slightly warm, so let's close that. So like I was saying, eating dinner with your family, you can open up this side too. I think we would probably have both sides open all the time. Okay, so we've just left the kitchen, the living room. We've shown you the sliding doors, not the accordion doors, but the sliders. Now we are in the dining room or the breakfast nook, whatever you want to call that. This to me is much more of a dining space because it is a very large space. One thing we haven't shown you yet is how tall the ceilings are. And this beautiful beam that runs all the way across the ceiling. So one thing I do like about this layout is your kitchen, your dining and living room are not all stacked on top of each other. Each space has its own place. I also like that there's a little bit of a perceived separation from the kitchen to the living room just by lowering this wall a little bit So when you're in your kitchen and you don't want to have to think about cooking or think about the dishes that might be in the sink, there's just a little bit of a separation there. And then of course you have your dining space over here off to the side. I am a huge fan of dining spaces or even the kitchen being off to the side so that each place can have its own space. And then off of the dining space, we're going to head into the master bedroom. But before you do, there is a half bathroom off to the side with some really cool wallpaper in there. Always wallpaper your powder room or your half bathroom. It's just a fun space to kind of do something a little crazy, a little funky, maybe something you wouldn't do in the rest of the house. It's such a small space, so I say have fun, go crazy. And also I like that they have a pocket door on this, so the door isn't opening up into the hallway or into the bathroom, because that really doesn't work so well when you have a half bath. All right, well, let's go ahead and head on into this space. But before we take a look at this beautiful bedroom, I just want to give you a reminder that anytime you are going to look at new construction or you're considering new construction, make sure you take your realtor with you on the very first visit when you go to a model home. Sometimes the builder won't allow you to be represented by one at all if you don't do that. And the contract that you sign is quite builder-sided. We love new construction and we love the homes in this neighborhood, but you do need someone helping you and guiding you through the process of new construction. There are price changes, there are incentives that come and go. So you're gonna wanna make sure and reach out to us if this is the route that you are wanting to take. All right, y'all go ahead and come on in. As soon as you walk in, over to the side, there's a little bit of a surprise. I think for me, it would have to be the coffee maker, right, hun?
Absolutely.
You have the timer set, and that could actually be your alarm. Instead of actually having to wake up to something blaring in your ear, you can wake up to the smell of coffee. So I'm a huge fan of this, just tucked off to the side as soon as you come into the bedroom. This room reminds me of a little bit of a getaway in a really nice hotel that you would see in downtown Dallas or downtown Fort Worth. And the reasons are because you do have the little surprise of the coffee nook over here, but also this headboard. I get it, the headboard does not come with the house, I understand that. But I'm seeing this a lot more where the headboard is extended way beyond the bed. And that just reminds me of something you would see in a really nice hotel. So I'm always a huge fan of something different going on behind the bed, whether it's a headboard like this, and they chose to put 2 paintings or photos, or wallpaper back here. I just think that the bedroom should be a really nice sanctuary. Also, I want you to look up at this ceiling. I love the tray ceiling. And of course, you have to put something up there, whether it's paint or wallpaper like they did. Do something fun, make this your space. Love the windows in this room. The middle window doesn't have anything on it, so you can see directly outside without any lines going across the window, so I do love that. And they took the curtains up pretty high as well. It's always gonna make the space look a little bit more grand when you do that with the curtains. Okay, y'all, this bathroom is fantastic. You usually don't find bathrooms where you can just simply walk around where there's space to do that, space for a rug as well, but they managed to do it in here. There are a lot of things I like about this bathroom. The first one I noticed right away is, well, the size, of course, but the tile. I love that the tile has brown, cream, gray. It's not just gray. There are some other colors you could play off of in here. I also love how this countertop just goes all the way. There is so much space here. They did put 3 mirrors, so that kind of gives it a little bit more of a custom look. I think for me, I would maybe finish it out if you wanted to. You could finish it out, put some wood trim, that'll give it even more of a custom look, or simply just put 3 separate mirrors. I think that would look great as well. This is a traditional home, but they've managed to make it look somewhat modern by the lighting and then by the hardware as well, the flat-faced cabinets that we talked about earlier. So I like that the cabinets are gray, but yet over here in this amazing walk-through shower, the tile is a beautiful tan brown color. I love mixing colors. I love mixing metals too. So this looks absolutely great. The tile goes all the way to the ceiling. Once again, it's stacked. So that's going to give you a modern look. Different kind of tile here on the ground. You've got 2 shower heads here. I'm thinking maybe there could be some more in here as well. There's plenty of space for it because this really is a very large walk-through shower with 2 doors. And then of course you have your standalone tub. I'm always a fan, if you have the option for a standalone tub, I say do that. Because the other option would be to have a big surround, which is great. It's beautiful as well. It just takes up so much space. And what we're seeing is a lot more buyers that we're showing model homes to. This is what they prefer, is a standalone tub. Would you say, hon? Most of them prefer a standalone tub.
Absolutely, and for resale, I feel like a standalone tub. It's an art piece, not just a functional bathroom.
Yes, yeah, when you walk in and you see that, it really does.
And it opens the space up more if you see around the base.
Yeah. Yes, it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a luxurious look, in my opinion. Oh, you could put a television on either wall so you could sit and soak in the tub. Oh, another surprise here. So before you get to the toilet room and the closet, once again, they have something built in here. And I just think this would be a great space for your watches, jewelry, things like that. I like that they have open shelving. They can put some towels, baskets, and things like that. So let's go ahead and go into this beautiful closet. Lots of space in here, plenty of shelves, plenty of clothes racks to hang your clothes. But let's keep on going because this is another thing that we're seeing in a lot of new construction these days, and that is the laundry room being right off of the closet. So it's off of the closet, but yet it's also going to be open to the rest of the house, and that's what they did here. Once again, they stacked the tile in here. I do like that. It kind of looks like linen. So very interesting tile there. You have a sink, which this is more than likely going to be optional to have a sink in your laundry room. Plenty of cabinet space, plenty of space for the larger washer and dryer with a little bit of a clothes rack up here. And that takes us back out into the hallway that leads to the garages that would be on this side, which is actually the sales center. And we're going to head back to the foyer. The little mud room over here is what we call it, even though Texas really doesn't have mud rooms. That's just what we call them. Okay, now we are upstairs in this beautiful home. So there are 2 bedrooms upstairs. So as we walk through the upstairs space, I'll talk a little bit about Harvest as well, the area of North Dallas that we are in. But just notice, first of all, you do get a beautiful living room. Most upstairs spaces are going to come with just a really nice open space, and this one is no different. I do like how they carried the engineered hardwood all the way upstairs. That's really nice. So no carpet. So like I mentioned earlier, this is Argyle. It is Argyle ISD, which according to niche.com and greatschools.org, Argyle ISD is a highly rated school district. This is in a master plan community called Harvest. So there are things like, there's 3 pools like I mentioned earlier. They just opened up an activity pond. They have events, many events here. We like to come here and drive around at Christmas time. There's always things going on. There are event spaces as well. They have the Central Park, where it's just a big green space for you to play. We see kids out like throwing football. And you know, one thing I love about this neighborhood too is every time we come here, we see kids. I mean, we're talking elementary age kids. They're just out riding their bikes, just by themselves or with their friends. We see that a lot.
There's also the back porch.
The back porch.
That's the meeting, that's the event space on the north side, as well as fitness center. 2 fitness centers. One in the central part and one on the northern part.
Yes, and there's volleyball and basketball.
Where do you get coffee in Harvest?
Oh, farmhouse treasures. You're going to have to go back and look at our video all about Harvest, because we have a video that tours the neighborhood itself and tells you a little about the history of Harvest, but it was at one point owned by farmers. And isn't the house, hon, the coffee, the farmhouse? It was their house.
Yes, so, it's original to the land.
Yes, so you're definitely gonna wanna go back and take a look at that video because this is an amazing master plan community. Hillwood is the developer, and they have several other communities as well, and they always just do a fantastic job.
Harvest has won several awards for being a master plan community.
Yes, yeah. So, there's always going to be events here for adults, for children, for families, for whether you're married, single.
I'm pretty sure at Christmas time they have Santa Claus come in, and I feel like they've had a reindeer in the past.
They probably have, yeah. So, great place. Speaking of where this is located, how many miles or minutes would you say it is from downtown Fort Worth? About
downtown Fort Worth, maybe 30 minutes, 30. And then you're probably 30 to 45, depending on traffic, from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport.
Okay. Actually, that's closer than Prosper and Salina from the airport.
A little bit.
So one thing about the west side of North Dallas or North Texas is it is still growing. So there's still a lot of land out here. And so home prices aren't going to be as high as they're going to be on the east side where you're straight north of Dallas. You still get, in fact, there's a lot of the same builders out here, but you get more bang for your buck because it's still growing. There's an H-E-B that just opened up. If you don't know what H-E-B is, it's an amazing grocery store that we're thrilled to have. We've got Costco, outlet malls. There's all the conveniences are here, restaurants.
Right. We have Buc-ee's, which is like the world's largest gas station where people go buy all kinds of things, 100 gas pumps.
You can go shopping for gifts at Buc-ee's, and they're really good too.
There's also Tanger Outlet Mall, which is down the next exit.
Yeah.
And they've got places like Nike outlets, and
you've got Target, Walmart, grocery stores. You've got restaurants. There's a lot here. So I know that's really important to a lot of you when we talk and when we do Zoom calls, is how convenient is everything. And there is a lot of convenience here, and it is still growing. So later on in this video, we will do a drive-by of some of the shops that are directly in this neighborhood. But let's go ahead and take a look at the media room. So I wanted to show you this built-in that they did over here, this kind of bar area. That's really nice. So you can kind of eat your pizza or whatever, and then come over here and sit on the sofa and watch a movie. So I really like that, like the open shelving, but this is a really great space here. I really like this. This is good. This is a really nice size media room, and I'm wondering if it's an option to close this off. I don't see it here, but if that's important to you, then you would definitely want to make sure that you could do that. Okay, so earlier I said this house was 3.5 bathrooms. It's 4.5. I just knew there was going to be another ensuite upstairs. So there's an ensuite downstairs in one of the secondary bedrooms and upstairs as well. And one of the bedrooms upstairs does have an ensuite. This is a really good sized room too. You've got this looks like a queen bed here. You still have 2 nightstands on either side. So good sized room up here. Oh, we did find some carpet. There is carpet in here. I love the texture carpet. Huge fan of texture carpet. As we head to the other bedroom that is upstairs, a couple of things. So there is a Tom Thumb grocery store that's coming right down the street, practically in the neighborhood. Also, we just saw that Chick-fil-A is opening. I think Chick-fil-A is pretty national. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Okay. That's going to be one busy Chick-fil-A because everybody here loves Chick-fil-A. So I did see that that's coming as well. So
and then
like
also
I said,
a McDonald's as well.
So lots of conveniences here. You do have this nice office area or maybe a little study area for your students. If you're homeschooling, this would be a great space for your kids to do their work, or homeschool, public school. This is a great space for studying, to do homework. There's even room for 2 people at that little desk area. And then you do have your other bathroom here. And once again, they took the tile. I don't know if you can see it because it's white. The tile goes all the way to the ceiling. That's always a nice thing. If it's an option, I say do that. But this bathroom is off the hallway. And you have your other bedroom here upstairs, which once again is another good sized bedroom. So this is one of the bedrooms that is downstairs, and like I mentioned earlier, it is an ensuite bathroom, and the closet is actually in the bathroom, which I really like that because it eliminates a 3rd door in your bedroom. What I will say about having a downstairs, if you're in a 2-story home and one of the downstairs bedrooms has an ensuite, if it's an option, I would say that you're in your bathroom to not do a shower tub combo, but instead to have just a walk-in shower. We are seeing a lot of times right now that parents are moving back in with their children or moving in with their children, or they're just staying for extended periods of time. You really never know what situation you're going to find yourself in, and having the option of a walk-in shower really is helpful in those kinds of situations. And look, you've got a beautiful bathtub in the master, that standalone tub, and all the other bathrooms upstairs had tubs. So I would say on a downstairs level, make sure one of the bathrooms is just a walk-in shower. And of course, with any Drees home, or really any home in this neighborhood, you are going to get a beautiful covered patio. Now, on this one, they obviously chose to extend the patio all the way out here, which I absolutely love what they did here with this really awesome fire pit next to Brandon. And then the benches behind him. It looks really modern out here. It's a really great space. So you can also get a feel for what the 80-foot lot looks like. This is a really big backyard. Definitely a pool-sized backyard. And of course, on their 1-acre lots, for sure you could put a pool out there. But I just wanted you to see how beautiful, how grand, and actually how large this covered patio is. Large enough to have 2 different seating areas as well out here. There's just a lot of space out here. So really impressed with the size lots of these homes. So I definitely want you to go back and take a look at our video that we have all about Harvest, because we tour the neighborhood. We show you a lot of the amenities that are offered here. So make sure you go back and take a look at that one. And also, I always have to say, look, make sure you like and subscribe. It is free to you. It doesn't cost you anything to just hit that subscribe button, but it really does help us out a lot. And I know that we would definitely appreciate it. Make sure to reach out to us if you have any questions about living in the North Dallas area. We'll see you on the next one.